Now let us do another example. That is, there are three charges of -1 nanocoulomb, 4 nanocoulomb and 3 nanocoulomb are placed at three different locations. Now we have to find the energy of the system containing these three charges. So we have considered this, the charge 1, that is Q1, is placed here. Charge 2, that is Q2, is placed here of 4 nanocoulomb. Charge 3 is placed here, that is of 3 nanocoulomb. So we know that the system potential energy can be the energy between these two plus energy between these two plus energy between these two. So in this way, the energy between all of them, the algebraic sum of these all will give you the total energy of the system. So let us start from the first one. Potential energy between 1, 2 will be equal to the charge 1, charge 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, the distance between 1, 2. So this is 1, this is 2. So according to that, R12 will be final minus initial in the direction of x plus final minus initial 0 minus 0 y plus final minus initial, that is 1 minus 0, that is az. How much it will be? R12 will be 1. Okay. Now put the values here. 4 into Q1 is -1 and Q2 is 4. So 4 into -1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught and R12 is 1. So in this way, -4 by, you can say -4K nanocoulomb square, because this is nanocoulomb, this is nanocoulomb. Okay, that is between 1, 2. Now between 1 and 3 you can write similarly. Now you can say 1, 3. Q1, Q3 will be 4 pi epsilon R13. So R13 will be AX. That will give you 1. So here again, when you will apply, then you can get -1 nanocoulomb into 3 nanocoulomb divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1. Again it will be -3 K nanocoulomb square. Now U 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. So U23 will be Q2, Q3 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R23, and here R23 will be, see this, R23 will be 1 square plus 1 square, 1 in the direction of x, 1 in the direction of z. So it should be R23 will be √2, because it should be -ax plus az. When you will find, then absolute value of it will give you √2. So from here you can write 3 nanocoulomb into 4 nanocoulomb divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into √2. Now you can say 12K nanocoulomb square divided by √2. Now the total system energy will be U12, U13 plus U23. That will be equal to the -4K -3K plus 12K by √2 nanocoulomb square. So So once you will solve it, you will find k is equal to minus 7 plus 12 by root 2 times 10 to power minus 18 nanocoulomb, 10 to power minus 9 into 9 into 10 to power 9, that is value of k. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to this. Solve this, you will find the final potential energy of the system. Let us try to solve one example related to electric potential and electric field. So the example is, a positive charge Q is at the center of a spherical conducting shell. A positive charge Q is at the center of a spherical conducting shell of an inner radius r I and an outer radius r out. Determine E and V as a function of the radial distance r. So here the figure is given regarding to this problem. The charge Q is placed at the center of the sphere, spherical conducting shell. The inner radius of the shell is Ri and the outer radius is Ro. And now we have to find E and V for different cases of radial distance. So in this case, we have to assume the point of interest, that is radius value, that is at point outside of the shell, within this shell and inside the inner shell. So in these three cases, we have to find the function of E and V as with respect to the radial distance. So consider the case 1, when radius, the point of interest, is outside of the shell, that is more than r naught. So the point of interest, this is r is more than r naught. In this case, let us start finding E and V. So from the Gauss law, we have to start, we can take the help of Gauss law to make the problem easier. So first of all, we have to draw a Gaussian surface that including this charge. So this is the probable Gaussian surface, that is spherical, and in this case we know according to the Gauss law, d dot ds will be equal to the q enclosed by q enclosed. So here we can write epsilon E. So from here we can write ds will be equal to the q enclosed by epsilon. We are talking about the free space, so it is epsilon naught. If we simplify this, then we find that E will be at this position, E will be normal to the surface in the direction of radial vector AR, and the area of vector will be in the direction of normal to the surface. So this will be area vector and this will be radial vector, or this will be the direction of the E vector. So from here we find that E and surface vector both are in the same direction. So E dot ds will be cos 0. The direction of both is same, the angle between them will be 0, so it will give you 1, and that will include full charge. Now if we integrate for full spherical surface, then it will give you E is equal to q by epsilon naught 4 pi r square, which is the area of the sphere of radius r. From here we can find the E at distance r from the center is given as this. That is inversely proportional to the r square. This is when r is greater than outer surface of the shell, r naught. Now let us try to find V for this case. We came to know E, now we have interest in V. So V at this point, for example, mark it point 1, consider any point 2 here, consider any point 3 here. So E at 1 is this, and V1 will be, we know one formula, to bring the charge from any point to this point will be potential, and that is nothing but potential difference. So we can write like that the general formula to find V in every case. Now it can be further written as Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square in the direction of radial vector dot dl is nothing, you can write that will be in the direction of dr, so you can write dr in the direction of radial vector. So from here again you can find both are in the same direction, so the dot product of these two will give you 1, and after, as you are bringing the charge from you are bringing the test charge from infinite to this point, so the infinite point is considered here, and the point of interest is at point at a distance r from the charge. So this will be final value. So according to that we can write minus infinity to r Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square dr. Okay, so if you will integrate this, then you will find minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, and this will be minus 1 by r, minus will be outside, plus 1 by r, which varies from infinity to r. Okay, if we simplify it, then we find Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r minus 1 by infinity, that will be 0, so minus 0. So this is potential at point 1 that we have considered point 1 here. Okay, now after this consider case 2, that is when the point of interest, the r lies between this shell. In that case, redraw the figure. This is Ri and this is R out. This is our shell. Okay, now consider any point between this to this, that is, this is the point that is considered as point 2 between this region. Now to find E, we have to first draw, now the case 2 is Ri R out. So the point of interest is between this to this. Okay, in continuation of that, we know that if there is any charge, then it will induce a charge of opposite polarity here, that will be including all, it means for full surface it will be minus q. Okay, and if inner surface will have minus q, and then from there the outer surface of this conducting shell will have positive q. it will induce according to the law. So the overall charge will remain Q at the center. However, it will cause an effect of induced a charge of negative Q and positive Q at inner and outer surface of the shell. So if we include any Gaussian surface between this region to this region, then according to the Gauss law, we came to know E dot ds here will be equal to the charge enclosed by epsilon naught. Okay. So here the charge enclosed is, we can write E and ds always will be normal. So here we can write E cos 0 will be Q enclosed by E epsilon naught. So what is the charge enclosed if we consider any Gaussian surface between this to this? See here, this is the positive charge Q and equal and opposite charge will be induced here at the inner surface of the shell. So including these two, the full charge inside this Gaussian surface will be 0. So it will be 0. It means E will be equal to the 0. This is 0 only when either both are 90 degree or ds is 0 or E is 0. So both are not 90 degree, always we know that they are in normal direction. So the only probability is that area vector cannot be 0, area cannot be 0. The only probability is that E should be equal to 0. So in this case, when our point of interest lies between here to here within the shell, then E will be 0, and corresponding we know that E is equal to minus del V. And we know that E is equal to minus del V. We have derived this already. It will be equal to 0 because of E is 0. When it is possible? When V is constant, in that case derivative of V will be equal to 0. So according to that, V is constant, we can say. Now consider the point of interest at just at the surface. So the radius will be R0, and if we are bringing our charge from any R to R0, then what will be V there? Actually at any external point, V was given as Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and if we put the value of R as R0, that is valid for from infinite to this point. So if we put the value of R is equal to R0, then it will be V1 at this surface. And when we will go inside, just inside the surface, in that case E will be equal to 0, as we came to know from here. And if E will be 0, it means the surface will, the potential will remain constant from here. So from here to here, this thickness will be considered as equipotential surface. So if we will consider any point here, at that point potential will be equal to the same as this one, and if we will consider any point here, then potential will remain same as it is. And if we will consider any point and at the surface here, just at the surface, again it will be considered as same potential as it is here. So if we consider any point V2, point 2 between this to this, then we can say V2 will be equal to the Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R0. This will be. Now consider case 3. In case 3, now we are inside of the inner radius. that is r is less than ri. If we consider this, then the charge enclosed will be only this charge, and we can say E will be equal to the q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. We can write this. Once we came to know E, then let us try to find V3 inside the shell, inside the inner shell. So V3 will be equal to minus A dot dl, we know. Here we are bringing our point from in between to here. So we are not bringing from infinity. So there should be included one constant. And if we will integrate, then we can say it will be E is known to us here. dl will be dr, we can say. So we can say minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r, the integration of this with minus sign. So minus this and minus this, it will be plus sign. So I am removing minus from there. It is our E, and plus C will be there. That is already present. So from here, let us put the boundary condition. Now applying the boundary conditions, when our point of interest is here, here and inside, we will find the value of C, and when we will find the value of C and put it here, then we will find V3 will be equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r plus C, that will be q by 4 pi epsilon naught r full radius minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught ri. So this will be V3. Now we can say it is q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r plus 1 by r naught minus 1 by ri. Now let us plot E versus the distance. Okay. So the critical points, critical distances are 0 to ri and ri to r out and r out to onward. So when it is below ri, in that case, I think this is the case, and it is inversely proportional to radius square, and at when radius is 0, E becomes infinite. So it will follow somewhat like that up to ri, and when ri to r naught is there, means this region we are talking about, in that case E is equal to 0. So it will be 0. So from 0 to ri, E follow inversely proportional to r square, and from this point to this, it is 0, and onward it again starts. Onward means r is greater than r naught, it is inversely proportional to r square. So this r is more than this, so the value will be somewhat here, and onward it will follow further inverse square. So this is the graph related to E. This point and this point are critical points. E is k by r square here when r is less than inner radius of the shell, and this is k by r square when r is more than the outer radius. So this is E. Now let us plot between V and R. So in this case, V1 is inversely proportional to R. So when R is greater than R naught, in this region it is proportional to, okay, start from the third region. What is V? V is 1 by R plus 1 by R naught minus 1 by Ri. So this is somewhat negative term because R naught is more than Ri, and 1 by R. So overall it will be positive because R, we are talking about R less than Ri. So overall it will be positive. So it will start and it will inversely vary with respect to R. So you start from point like that, 1 by R plus 1 by R naught minus 1 by Ri, with variation should be according to this, and between Ri to R naught it will remains constant, that is equal to this point. This is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R naught. So it will remains constant up to this point. See, V1, V2 is here, V1 is here, and before this it is inversely proportional to 1 by R, and when R is 0 it is infinite. So it is inversely proportional to R like that, like this. So this is for potential, this is for electric field with respect to R.